Jackal thoughts. Anger, depression, guilt, shame, blame, regret, remorse are all based on the 4Ds of disconnection: diagnosing or judging, deserve type thinking, denying responsibility, and demanding. I wanted to share 2 quotes again that will help you think about depression and regret from a different perspective. Depression results from cognitively arrested alternatives. It's from Ernest Becker. I really, really like this quote because we get depressed because we think in a way that makes us depressed. And brace yourselves, no one can make you depressed. It's ourselves who are digesting or thinking about happenings, regardless how hard they were, in a specific way, which makes us depressed. In Carl Rogers' book, Man's Search for Meaning, he is describing a horrific circumstances about what they lived through the Holocaust. And he puts it in a way that there are people who survived and lived after and thrived after what they were going through. And then there are people who survived but died right in there. And their whole lives, the rest of their lives, was just pure misery. And I always get so attached to the idea that even people who lived through horrific, terrifying, insane circumstances like people in the Holocaust, that they can come up with a way of thinking, and they can keep their minds in such a conscious way that they're still going to be able to thrive even after that kind of violence being done to them. So this quote really, really stuck with me. The depression results from cognitively arrested alternatives. The other one is about regret. I've done some things I wouldn't have done if I knew then what I since have learned. It's from Marsha Rosenberg. And I oftentimes felt regret because of ways I was doing, because of ways I was teaching others, because of ways I was training dogs and the methods I was using or the equipment I was using. And the more I learned, the more I understood why a dog is behaving a way, the more I discovered all the things I'm doing differently right now. And I was punishing and torturing myself mentally because of the old ways of doing. So this quote really helps me to get over that. And I would like you to keep this in mind, and so it will help you too whenever we're going to go through grooming steps or equipment or methods, that you've done some things you wouldn't have done if you knew then what you since have learned. To put it in another way, punishment and force appear to be options when we run out of tools, patience, or giraffe juice to help us and others. I really like this quote. Here it goes. It is only when a mosquito lands on our testicles that you realize there is always a way to solve problems without using violence. Jackal thoughts list. These are not feelings. In English language and in other languages, as far as I'm concerned, in Hungarian and in German, I'm speaking those two. German a little bit, and Hungarian is my mother language, and doing my best in English. As far as I can tell, in all of these languages, and hopefully or probably in yours as well, there are phrases which are not describing real feelings. So we need to come clear about which are real feelings and which are thoughts, Jackal thoughts. So here are a few words that are blocking connection and communication. Whenever you hear these words, you shut off. And words are, again, with the quote, words are windows or they are walls. Whenever you hear these words, or whenever you say these words, you're going to build walls around you. And in case you are saying these about someone, you're not going to let in what the other person is trying to tell you. Or whenever someone is saying these to you, you're going to build the same wall, and you're not going to be interested in the other person's thoughts and way of thinking or opinion. So keeping these in mind, that whenever we think in these terms, the 4 Ds of disconnection, diagnosing, judging, deserve type thinking, denying responsibility, and demanding, we are building walls around us, not windows. So let's take a look. Which are these? Provoked, cheated, cornered, bullied, ignored, unseen, misunderstood, used, manipulated, limited, abandoned, betrayed, pressured, put down, unheard, patronized, unwanted, unappreciated. We have that 2 times. Intimidated, underestimated, abused, threatened, unsupported, boxed in, rejected, humiliated, or let down, and many others. We're going to learn how to translate these into observations and feelings and needs so we can connect with ourselves as well as with others.